All right. So this is your current map layout. Obviously still working. So what we're going to do here is in FileZilla, which I had you download, you're going to type in your host name and your username that I gave you with the password and hit quick connect. Now I'm already connected, but yours will just connect and it will pull up your files in this box down here. With that, this is the screen that you'll originally get. It shows your main directory. Now you're going to want to go to settings the first time you open this and click use custom editor. You're going to do browse, go to C drive, program files, NetBeans, bin, and then click NetBeans. That's the other program I had you download. Click always use this editor and say OK. Then we're going to view, edit the index.html. So now that comes up in NetBeans. And as you can see, it's a lot of probably garbage to you, but there's very few things that you'll have to change. So first, let's just make a new big category, just like Anne Arundel. So the LIs are the real key. You can see the things that are highlighted, that's where you're going to copy between. So you copy that, paste it below, and we're going to call this one not Anne Arundel. So with it being not Anne Arundel, to get rid of one of those lower lists, you copied between the LIs again, and we're going to change this item to not Odenton. Now, that's the name that shows, and where it says ID equals is the actual name of the list. Now, keep that name of the list in mind and make sure it's different from all the other ones. So you're going to save and then go back to FileZilla, and it's going to prompt you to upload it, which you'll say yes. So right now, that gives you a new list, and as you click this, you'll see nothing comes up, unlike your other ones. Now, to fix that, we're first going to go back to the index file, and we have to change one more line. So up here where it says for blah, 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 you're going to copy up to that little curvy parenthesis, and you're going to paste it underneath, and then change that to overlays 2 or overlays, whatever you just name it, whatever you want, as long as it's different from all the other ones. Then right here, you put the name of the list that you just named below. So with that, you're going to save it. Now the only other small change you have to make is in the JS folder, data.js. You're going to open that, and this is what you'll see. So to make a new layout, always ignore the stuff up top. You don't have to worry about that. I would always base my stuff off of overlays 1. So we'll copy that, and we'll paste it underneath. With that, let's get rid of a lot of these because that's how many items are underneath. If you ever forget what the things mean, this shows you right here where it's north, south, east, west, the rotation, which is always 0. Next is the name, which is the display name right there. And then after that is the file name of the image. And then finally visibility, which should always be 0. And these three lines are your list items that are underneath. So we need to change all of these to overlays 2 because that's what we named it on the other page. We save that, and we update that in FileZilla. Just say yes. And when we go back to your website and we refresh, you're going to see that you now have 3 list items under Not Odenton. Obviously, the same images that were already in your folder, but that's how you make the new list. Now let's add a sub list to Anne Arundel. So to do that, it's basically the same process, but as usual, you're going to select between the LIs, only this is in one of those smaller lists, which are inside of the other one. So we're going to copy that one, copy Odenton 1, paste it underneath, and call it Odenton 2, I guess. And remember to change the list name and also the display name. They don't have to match, but you probably want to change them both. So for that, now that we have another list, we need to copy another one of these loops. It's called a loop, but the 4 from the curly brackets. Change those both to let's call it overlays 3 and then Odenton 2. Now we're going to go back to the JavaScript file, the data.js. We copy overlays 2 and let's just keep it as one item. And we'll change the display name. And we're going to call this overlays 3 to match the other page. So we're going to save that. We go back to FileZilla and we say yes to saving both of those. We refresh. And you should now have the new Odenton 2 project underneath with one simple slider with a new name on it. Now, when you're going to add new files, you'll see on FileZilla, this thing right here means go back to the previous folder. Files right here is where your images are going to be. So if you open up Files, you will see all the file names just listed underneath, and that's where you're just gonna, you can drag and drop even